world is filled with popular images of God. Does the idea of God shut you down? Is the picture of God you hold in your heart one that attracts or repels you?
My daughter Amber looks a lot like me. I mean, a lot. But no worries if you're feeling sorry for the girl, because it turns out that the female version of my DNA, combined with a lot of help from that of my wife, is quite beautiful. Anyways, once when Amber was traveling with me internationally, a customs agent asked her with a tone of suspicion, "What is your relation to this man?" Amber got all nervous and she said, "He's my dad." The agent said something about me looking too young for her to be my daughter, for which of course I thanked her, but she wasn't buying our story. So without speaking a word, Amber and I posed for the agent a twin profile. And we told the officer to take a look at our faces, especially our identical noses. The agent said, "Yep, you're definitely related," and just waved us on. Well, I've apologized to Amber over the years for her distinct likeness to me, but it's kind of cool because she doesn't seem to mind a bit. One time I noticed in her bedroom a photo of me when I was about 12 years old. The resemblance was, it was striking. So I asked her, just kind of probing what was going on in my little girl's head. "Hey Amber, does it bother you that you look so much like your dad?" I'll never forget her girlish giggle and the answer that she gave me. "No, Daddy, I like looking like you." Huh. If you're a father or a mother, you must know how sweet it was to hear those words. I like looking like you. But you know what? I wonder how many people feel that way about God. Think about it. I know that this is hard to swallow for a lot of us, but the Bible repeatedly tells us that God is our Father. Yeah. Our Papa. Our Daddy. Even Jesus taught us to pray, "Our Father which art in heaven." And that's all fine and good, but it raises a serious question, doesn't it? Is the God I believe in the kind of father I would want to be like? I know there's some serious counseling sessions involved in this one, but think about it. I'm not talking, of course, about God's physical appearance. I'm talking about his character, the way he thinks, the way he feels, and the way he behaves, the kind of person that he is. Is the picture of God you hold in your heart one that attracts or repels you? In your mind's eye, in your belief system, is God beautiful? Do you find yourself wanting to be like him, or rather, does the idea of God shut you down emotionally? I believe that this is the most important question that we can ever ask about God, because the fact is our world is filled with popular images of God that either drive people into religious slavery or into angry atheism, to serve God out of fear or to hate the very idea of God. Contrary to popular religious opinion, I believe that atheism is not the worst thing in the world. Bad religion is, and bad Christianity has got to be at the top of the list. It's so bad, in fact, that the Bible calls it, get this, Babylon, the mother of whores. Wow, now that's some strong language. And then the Bible goes on to warn people to run from it, to get out. And the reason is quite obvious, isn't it? Because when those who claim to know God best convey diabolical things about God, terrible distortions of God's character are inevitable. The problem is so serious that historians have suggested that atheism is the bastard child of the church, born into our world as a violent intellectual and emotional reaction against the ugly pictures of God that the church has promoted down through history. But let me suggest another possibility. Maybe the one and only true God is so beautiful that I would find myself falling in love with him if I knew him as he really is. Babylon is fallen. Come out of her, my people, the Bible says. In other words, flee from every false picture of God into the arms of the one and only true God, who just happens to be beautiful in the extreme. I'm so glad that Amber doesn't mind looking like me. After all, she really has no choice in the matter. But with God, we all do have a choice. So I am really glad that he's the kind of father I would want to be like. How about you? Is God beautiful in your eyes?